Jake, thanks for meeting with me today. I appreciate you responding to my emails about the water garden, and I'm really appreciative that you taking the time out of your day to meet with me. So as you had mentioned, you were interested in something to have in your house for more of a aesthetic purpose, which is what the water garden can do. A lot of the reasons why a lot of people buy it is because of the aesthetically pleasing features, but also comes with a cool sense of science. Essentially, what water gardens plans to do, and back to the roots, is hydroponic farming in the home. So I wanted to kind of maybe introduce the product to you a little bit, ask questions you have regarding the product, and we can go from there. Are there any questions you have to begin with?
Off the top, not really. I'm more curious about the product compared to like a regular fish tank, price points, and just like visually what it looks like and how it actually works and like what maintenance and installation requires.
Great. Perfect. I'm glad to answer those questions. So from a price point, we sell our product at $99.99, but that comes with a free coupon for a beta fish that you can bring to PetSmart and pick up your beta fish for free. It also, the coupon will also give you a one container worth of beta fish food.
Like how long does the container last? Like
that should probably
like a month or so.
Probably about a year.
Oh,
almost.
okay.
Yeah, we've seen. You only have to feed it once a day. You feed it about 4 pellets, and these pellets are like micro-sized. So I wanted to show you our online brochure. As a company that is invested in sustainability, we are going paperless.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
So as you can see, it talks about what our product is. So essentially it's a fish tank with a filter, and on top of the fish tank on the roof we have a plant bed where you are able to plant the seeds, the gravel, and then over time your fish tank will be self-sustaining and it will grow itself because the roots will hang into the water of the fish tank. So essentially how the science works behind it is the fish waste turns into ammonium when it breaks down, which is nutrients for the plants to grow, and in turn when the plants absorb the ammonium, it's cleaning the water for the fish.
So there's no filter involved?
Well, there is a filter. I mean, obviously we want the fish to live as long as possible, and the plants can't necessarily keep up with all of that, but it is a self-sustaining ecosystem.
Okay.
Once you plug it in, all you got to do is feed it.
Okay. For growing plants, are there like specific types of plants I can grow, or could it be like anything within reason?
So our kit comes with some starter plants that are plants that have been historically known to be successful in hydroponic farming. That's wheatgrass and basil.
Okay. I was actually about to ask about basil, so that's perfect.
Yeah, so those are the two that come with the fish tank, included in your $99.99 price. And each plant should take about 6 weeks to grow. And you can reharvest, take seeds, and it comes with enough seeds where you can go through multiple growing cycles.
So in a hypothetical world, I could harvest the basil and use it to cook with.
Oh,
on some sort of timeline.
100%.
Oh, that's amazing.
It takes about 6 weeks. Your basil is completely fresh. I mean, your food source is right there. You essentially don't even have to go to the supermarket to buy your basil. It's just as clean, just as fresh, and it's an environmentally friendly process because there's no soil involved, which is the key behind hydroponic farming.
So I'm not very familiar with hydroponic farming as a concept. So it's farming that doesn't involve soil. Is that basically what it is?
Right. So it doesn't involve soil, and therefore the plants go through less nitrogen cycles, and therefore they grow in a much healthier manner, and they have more flavor added to them.
Okay.
It's more of a holistic growing experience.
Okay.
So one reason why I thought that you would really like this based on our emails is the aesthetically pleasing feature.
Yeah.
Our fish tank has curved edges, as you can see in the photo. It's very smooth and easy to hold, and when the plants grow, it really becomes almost a small garden inside your home. Perfect to keep in the window, because it is important that your plants get sunlight as well, because it's still a plant. And it is a very nice piece to have in your home. It literally adds life to the room. You have your fish that you can kind of watch it swim around. Feel free to, you can add things to your tank. Like I know a lot of people have fish tanks they add into their, or no, statues they add into their fish tanks.
Okay, got it.
So that won't harm the fish or the plants or anything.
Yeah.
So it's just a nice piece of decoration to have in your home, and it gives you a cool little science experiment as well.
Yeah, I understand. I was thinking about like comparing it to like a regular fish tank, but like it does seem really unique. It does look aesthetically better to have in your room. I like the design of it a lot, and it's something a little bit different. I like the idea of like seeing the plants grow along. Like the fish is really good to grow. But I like seeing plants grow up with it. So like, that seems really interesting to me.
Yeah.
$100 with everything that comes with it sounds relatively reasonable. I'd be very interested in purchasing one.
Great.
Yeah.
So that sounds awesome. I would be happy to move the process forward. We can do this in person now. We can do it over email. But before we close the sale, I'd like to show you some other features of the fish tank
Absolutely.
that you might find to be interesting and beneficial. So we kind of put together a eco-friendly model infographic for you to look at, just to give you an idea of how you're helping the environment while you grow. So as I mentioned before, the fish waste turns into ammonium, which helps the plants grow, and essentially the plants give back to the fish in terms of oxygen. It's relatively cheap comparatively to a regular fish tank and requires little maintenance by you. The only thing that you would have to do essentially is changing the water once a month, and you can pick up a fish tank cleaner or water solution at any pet store.
Alright, that totally makes sense. Wow, that's really interesting.
So, do you think this is something you're interested in? Are there any other
Yeah,
questions you
absolutely.
have about the tank?
Those are most, like, I understand it's a little bit expensive compared to a standard fish tank, but I do see uniqueness and I see why that makes like a worthwhile investment. I have a kid who really wants a new fish. He's been talking about getting a little fish naming Confucius, and I want to put him in a really interesting place besides like a regular fish tank. It's something like a little bit prettier, easier to look at. And the idea of like being able to like grow my own plants, even if it's just like a little bit, something that I'd be very interested in. So I definitely see the uniqueness of this product and would like to buy it.
Great. That's awesome. I will be happy to send it to you. I can get that done by the end of the week.
Perfect.
And you know what? You've been so great, and I really appreciate your help. If you want installation, if you want us to come out and set up the fish tank for you and get the plants set up in the right way, we'd be happy to do that too. No extra charge.
Oh, thank you. I would love that. I don't want to mess it up my first time trying to do it.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great.
Cool.